The people that are ready to connect, even though they may not be aware of it, they send out a message, because when you're connecting with the higher dimensional beings, the fifth dimensional and beyond, then using your third dimensional voice is not the most effective way. And in fact, the most effective way is to realize that these fifth dimensional beings, they don't need to move their mouth and make a noise in order to talk to somebody. Instead, they just put their attention on that person, and then they put out an energy field that goes to that person. And then if that person is able to hear it, then there's a communication. And if the person is not able to hear it, then there isn't a communication. And part of the reason why they do it this way is that they don't want to pressure anybody to look at this higher reality before they're ready, because people can get pretty freaked out about it all because they're not used to it. So when they put out the energy field, if the person is able to accept that energy field, then they could begin a communication. And when I first talked to the Arcturians, they told me to write down what we said, or to document what we said in some way. It's too difficult for the third dimensional mind to hold on to a fifth dimensional communication. First off, people need to believe that it's possible. That it's possible to have a communication with a being that you can't see. And when you hear the higher dimensional, you don't hear it like we're talking here. You get an idea in your head. You get a thought in your head. What humans don't realize is that they think that just what's coming out of their mouth, or just what they're seeing right in front of them, that's it, that's what's happening. But that's just the forefront. But the background is, how do you connect with messages that are coming in, but they can't be heard by your third dimensional mind? And it comes in like an idea or a thought. And like we've said before, you want to write down that idea or write down that thought, because 3D brain can't hold on to it. And so when we're getting a higher frequency communication, we want to document it in some way. Say it out loud into a recording, or write it down as you go. Whatever you need to do so that you can feel like you can put this like shield around you. And the shield around you is the shield that says, I am choosing to attend to the higher frequencies. Now, I'm also aware that I'm sitting in a chair. You have to keep your third dimensional self awake so that your body is okay, and simultaneously feel that this call is coming. It will come in through the chakras, and if it's a look out, be aware, you'll probably get it down in your third chakra, your stomach area. It's like, whoa, what is that feeling? I better pay attention to that. Sometimes you get a warning call, and the warning call says, see where you are, look at where you're at. And then you gotta like pull the car over, or you stop the communication or something, and you just tune in to yourself. On the other hand, you make an agreement. You make an agreement with this higher dimensional being, and you say, okay, I'd like to communicate with you. And the main people, fifth-dimensional people that we communicate with are the Arcturians, Pleiadians, and then there's the Venusians. The Venusians, their home world is Venus. The Pleiadians, their home world is not specifically one place. They're moving around, but in their consciousness. And the Pleiadians are very kind of soft and gentle and nice and fun to talk to. And the Antarians are like the warrior caste. So they'll say, okay, you need to listen to this here now, and then you listen to this here now. The Arcturians are kind of like the boss, and they assist humanity to believe it. It's hard for people to believe that what they're hearing in their head is real. They'll think, oh, wow, that was such a daydream I had. Well, yes, you do have daydreams, but it's different. The higher dimensionals, they don't want to invade in the third dimensional's life. And so what they do, they'll send a feeling for a meeting. And when you've chosen to have the meeting, then you remember it more. They are not going to invade upon our third dimensional self. They don't want to interfere with our natural process of evolution. And humans have a natural process of evolution.
This seems like a good opportunity for us, you and me, Sue, and anyone listening. Why don't we try a little exercise all together now? For everyone listening, remember that this is going to be a unique experience to you. But the cool thing is that for every single person that does this activity, we build up an energy field, a collective energy field of a higher resonance. So as you're having your own individual experiences, think about everyone else that's having their own unique interpretation and connection. So Sue, Arcturians, would you like to lead us through a connection meditation for everyone listening?
Begin by making sure that you're comfortable, that you're sitting in a chair, and make sure that your environment is safe. Try to sit down with your feet on the ground. And when your feet are on the ground, it's like you're centered. You're connected to the earth. Keep your back straight, your shoulders back, your neck rested, so that you're like a strong tree. When a tree is strong, then the wind can come and blow it back and forth, but it doesn't harm the tree, because the tree is rooted in the ground and it's able to go with the flow of the wind. Now, take a long, slow, deep breath and imagine that you are on a starship. Let your mind fly up into a higher frequency. You are on this starship because there has been a call from Earth. That call from Earth has been, we need assistance, we need help. Just imagine that you are on a starship. Around The outside of the starship, there's these portals that you can look out the portals. Some are smaller and some are very large. What do you see when you look out the portal? Can you allow your perception of reality to expand beyond third-dimensional life on a third-dimensional planet? You can look out and you can see outer space. Catch a look at Gaia, at Earth. You are allowing yourself to, in your consciousness, have an experience that you cannot have into your physical body. We left off looking out the windows. And now we are allowing that experience that felt very real, that we were actually looking out the windows to outer space, and bringing it inside to our third-dimensional self. Allowing ourselves to imagine that that's a possibility. Feel how we can enjoy that which we are imagining within our own physical body. We, the Arcturians, wish to say to all of you, we will communicate with you if you ask. We communicate with Suzanne because she asked. She asked because she always felt like there was something there that she couldn't see and she couldn't communicate with. And so she asked. And much to her huge surprise, she got answers. And the answer said, write it down because your 3D mind will not remember this. And so as you have that chance and put aside that time to allow yourself to just believe that you can experience with your imagination in such a vivid way that it appears that it is happening within this now. And then slowly and gradually allow that imagination to go back to imagination. And you go back into your third-dimensional self. But that higher dimensional self has a way of flying in and out whenever you really need it.